All right.
Go. All right. Welcome to game number 3 between BacT and ACCM versus Slam and MbL 40C. We are here with the third and final game in the third place bronze match. We still have the grand final to come after this match, so you better get hyped because this is the last one now before the grand final. But still, this is going to be an entertaining game because we're here on Gold Rush, one of my personal favorite maps and one that we haven't seen so far this tournament. So bring it on, I say. Up to the north of the map, in the northwest even, in the blue, we have BacT. He is playing as the Mayans. His teammate in the purple to the south of the map is ACCM, and he is playing as the Britons here.
And on the opposing team, we have BacT playing as... Oh, wait, nope, you just introduced him. On the opposing team, we have MbL playing as the Red Franks, and right below him, we have Slam playing as the Green Mayans. For those of you who watch this on YouTube later, and you're only looking to see the last game in the series, what are you doing? Go back and watch the second game. The second game was amazing. Not only did it contain the Turks, but there was so much action, and it was finally one of those like late-game macro wars. It was a very exciting game, so make sure that you don't miss out on that one. This is, of course, Gold Rush, the map where there are only 2 gold mines adjacent to these players, a grand total of 7 tiles, which is the equivalent of 1 main gold mine in a normal map. And most of the gold is in the middle on this hill, which is, of course, surrounded by wolves, which spawn in sets of 2 or 4. So players will probably have to turn their attention to that in the later stages of the game. But, of course, it's a team game. This is Return of the Kings 2v2 tournament, sponsored by Microsoft, and that means the players actually have teammates. So if they can't secure the middle, at least they can maybe set up a trade line.
Oh, Slam. Oh, Slam. What is he doing?
Oh, the sheep.
He's having a real hard time right now with those sheep. They won't listen to Slam. Slam is not the sheep whisperer. He's killed 2 sheep out to the left of his TC, and they're now rotting away. And that's kind of amusing, to say the least. But at least he's got a deer under the TC there for some quick food income from that. Anyway, I was a little surprised to see that from Slam there. But as you quite rightly said, this is Gold Rush. And looking at the civs right now, Franks and Mayans versus Mayans and Britons. I feel like the Mayans and Britons have a distinct advantage in the early mid-game. And if the Franks can get the center control, like that's the big if there. If they can get that center control, late game it's going to be very good for the Franks. But I do get the feeling that the Britons and the Mayans are going to have that stronger mid-game power spike that should help them to control the center of the map. And if there's ever a time when you want that power spike, on this map, you want it in the mid-game, because that's when you're going to be moving out and trying to take the map control and locking down the center. So I don't know how I feel about the Franks in this one. I'm guessing that MbL is hoping that he'll be able to get some knights out here and maybe raid their other team's economy a little bit. But maybe Milford has some insight onto that. Maybe I'm completely off the mark, but I do feel like the Brits might be the better choice here.
Well, the problem is you're doing the same army competition there. Expos plus Expos aren't as good as Expos plus Knights. You have to dodge so many mangonel shots, and the Knights of MbL can catch off guard all the other mangonels that ACCM and BacT will try to go for.
And
so really...
Yeah?
Go ahead, Rez.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that it looks like MbL respects all of the buffs that the Franks were given. The Franks have been going to the gym over the last couple of years, and right now, they're huge. Not only do they gather from forage bushes 25% faster, which is actually a pretty good economy bonus in the scheme of things, but they also have one of my favorite unique technologies in the game, Chivalry, which makes stables work 40% faster. That's right, I said work, not create, and that means that you get to research Paladin 40% faster too. This allows the Franks in the late game to flood with their crappy light cavalry and flood with their insanely strong paladins quite nicely. They also have a decent scout rush now, because their 20% extra knight HP now just applies to all cavalry units. You can go for scouts, you can go for light cav in the late game, and if you're crazy, which these guys are not, you can make cav archers, but they won't.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I totally forgot about all those buffs to the Franks. It's a lot of buffs. The Franks were usually a pretty underwhelming civ, like in a 1v1 game.
Oh yeah.
In a 2v2, in 4v4s, the Franks are fairly solid. like late game, best paladins in the game. That's a pretty nice thing to have. But in like 1v1, Franks have always been a little off the mark. They've always missed something, and you know, giving them the extra HP on the scouts, that's nice. Giving them the faster speed on the work time on the I guess faster work speed on the stable. Ugh, I can't speak, but that's nice as well. But yeah, I mean that's really like a late game thing, and it requires the castle as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, it does, and you're absolutely correct, especially in the Conquerors. In the classic balance, the Franks in a 1v1 have so many weaknesses, and ever since, you know, Halberdiers got added to the game in the Conquerors, the Franks just have never felt the same. But now they're back, with maybe some potential in a team game. We might be able to see something interesting from them, but I also have to agree that the Britons are an excellent civilization too, and one of the ones that has been prioritized by the pros for sure. MbL, going for a very elaborate, nice wall off here. Gonna open up with a Drush. Is he looking for some wolves? Like, he's gonna bring in there? Because
I don't think so for now. It looks like he's trying to actually team up with Slam. It looks like he's teaming up with Slam to hit ACCM here. ACCM's berries about to come under fire, as those villagers fortunately do have loom. Nice. But they will be pushed away from the berries, I have no doubt, because MbL should be coming in here with his scout as well, and his own militia. But I don't know if they've actually scouted BacT yet, but BacT is fully walled, and this means that the attention has been diverted over to ACCM. In fact, MbL hasn't scouted BacT. We had a little bit of a moonwalking militia there. He's doing it again, and he's about to pick up some wolves, actually. That's rather unfortunate for MbL. I think he's going to pick up the wolves. Oh no, he's dodging them. But he will find out that BacT is walled, and I think then he's going to regret not going to ACCM's side to fight him, his allies' side, Slam, to fight ACCM. So ACCM feudal here, and straight up with the archery range, and of course as the Britons, would we expect any less? Of course not. Wasting no time there, getting that up. He's also got a couple of his own militia, and you'd really think at this point he'd actually go and defend his villas with those militia, but instead he's actually pushing out across the map with his scout cavalry, and he's actually going to go and counterattack here against a fully walled Slam right now. So no counterattack going to happen for ACCM, and the best he can hope to do is clean up the Drush from Slam for now.
So Gold Rush is typically a very aggressive map, because in general, it's difficult to wall, especially in that center area where there are no trees. There's a respectable amount of forest along the edges, but in the middle of the map, this map is generally fairly open. That being said, these players don't care. They're going to wall anyway. And this is quite unfortunate for all these Drushes, but that's why these players are going for them. Mayans have an excellent Drush because their Eagle Scout is better than a Scout Cavalry in the Dark Age. But crucially, Slam's Drush is not being that effective here, and that's because ACCM's mill is on a hill, giving his villagers 25% extra. They take reduced damage, and then they also deal 25% extra to those militias. So I'm going to kind of have to retreat here. Archer's coming out for ACCM, like you said, very standard from the Britons, but he's also coming forward with some men-at-arms. He has spotted a hole, which has not been filled yet by Slam. Will he be able to actually sneak these men-at-arms in? He might be able to.
Well, that is it, isn't it? Put your mill on a hill. However, ACCM did end up losing a villager still. So it was an okay Drush for Slam. He still kept his militia alive, but they're not going to stay alive much longer. They're not going to do much in the face of these archers now. And meanwhile, yeah, there's the men-at-arms coming around the back. Is Slam going to close this off? No, Slam. He had a villager building the wall, but for some reason, with 1 HP, he decided, okay, let's go kill the deer instead. And well, that's a grim, grisly end to Slam's villager there. 2 corpses for the price of 1. As ACCM comes in and focuses down another villager here. Is Slam going to lose this one as well with 3 HP remaining? That's 1 shot, and he's also dead. 2 villager kills for ACCM there, and that is certainly a lot better than the 1 villager kill that Slam managed to pull off on that berry patch. So good play by ACCM so far, and now he's forcing out some more quick walling from Slam. He's going to sneak around into the wood line. Oh, can't believe this. ACCM avoiding the TC fire because Slam did not garrison, and now he's still not garrisoning. There you go. Now he's going to lose 1 man-at-arms, I assume.
Oh, or not.
Because he ungarrisoned too early again. Okay. Well, they're still in there.
I was going to say, it must feel great to be Slam when your villager lives at 1 HP fighting that scout, allowing you to finish the wall off. That's absolutely not what happened by any stretch of the imagination. That villager died, his friend died too, trying to finish that wall off. The 2 men-at-arms are in here. It doesn't even matter if they die anymore. He's already traded them for some villagers, slowing down that economy. Slam even removing that quick wall off, recognizing that he's just trying to stop the men-at-arms. It really doesn't serve any purpose. Archer will be able to finish it off, so ACCM with some fairly successful aggression, but now he's going to have to bust through those walls. He's applying some pressure on the front side. Slam doesn't really have much to defend this, so he's probably going to have to make his own skirms and try and find a way to add an additional layer of walls. Which you will.
Yeah, apparently I'm too slow now, but I'm going to try and fix that. What's your time, Nilly? I'm at 15:35.
Same time, exactly.
Okay, great. We're on point. We got this. So, yeah, the Archer's going to have a hard time getting through the wall, and unfortunately for ACCM, Slam did manage to get that wall off at the back complete, so he can't wrap around the back again and you know, come in from behind. So sadly for ACCM, he will have to bash down the walls, and that's going to give Slam plenty of time to start building his own archers, and of course, as the Mayans, they're going to be cheaper as well, so that's lovely for him. On the other side of the map, it's not really a lot going on. BacT's gone up to the castle age. He's actually building a castle right now, and as the Mayans, I wouldn't have expected any less, but no real military coming out just yet until that castle is completed. And MbL, he's also on the way to the castle age, but he's much slower in comparison, with only 55% of the castle age upgrade complete. However, he has put up 2 stables, and that's the thing about the Franks. They're probably like the most predictable civilization in the game.
Yep.
You know what they are going to do. Like, there is literally no other reason for the Franks to build anything in the Castle Age other than knights. So, expected. I want to add as well, MbL fishing on the little lake at the back. That's just his Black Forest prowess coming into show here. And he's going to have those 4 fishes there. Actually really significant, because that's really going to bolster his food economy, especially since he's going 2 stable knights here.
You're absolutely correct about the Franks being one of the most predictable civilizations in the game. That's like saying, I expect the Turks to go for gunpowder in the Imperial Age. Well, we did see last game that wasn't really the case, but 99% of the time, the Franks will be going for cavalry. 99% of the time, Turks going for gunpowder. I'd like to dream that we'll see cav archers someday, but alas, that will not be today, as the Franks are missing way too many upgrades on them to make that extra HP worthwhile. Knights coming out, but BacT was in the Castle Age first. This isn't a big deal, though, because BacT had to build that castle, which means that he's not really going to have much of a military advantage. But crucially, he's the Mayans, he's got discounted walls, he's all stonewalled up. These knights, while they will be really useful in the late game, are not going to do anything to BacT at all. He's going to kind of have to go for ACCM, I think.
Yeah, ACCM is going to get bummed here. Like, he's in the feudal age. He's really far from castle right now. Well, I say really far. He's quite far. He's like halfway there on the food. He's 150 gold away. He's building some nice triangular shaped walls here. Maybe, I don't know, I have no explanation for that. The Illuminati walls from ACCM. Hoping that it might be enough to give him the strength he needs to defend. But yeah, he's wide open. He's got a watchtower to defend the front of his base as he grabs some of this stone, but Slam is already up to the castle age. He's already got the crossbows, bodkin arrow. There's no way Slam can engage that, and to top it off, since his teammate is fully walled, MbL has no choice but to come and get ACCM as well. So it's 2v1 for ACCM, and if he can defend now, that's going to be really important for him and BacT, because if he can defend and BacT can get like a free boom and start massing plumed archers, we're going to see a similar situation if you cast your mind back, guys, to the Doubt and Viper game. Doubt and Viper versus BacT and ACCM on step. ACCM is basically Doubt in this position. He has to defend, allowing his teammate, the Mayans, to really come into full force.
So this is a really bad situation for ACCM, because he does not really have much of an economy at this point. So this means that he's actually had to cut archer production entirely. He's not even producing any military units, no spearmen or anything. And his palisade walls aren't going to do squat. These popsicle sticks are not strong enough, and he can't stonewall either because there's these crossbowmen that are denying additional layers of walls behind it. ACCM on a timer, and he recognizes the only way he can actually survive this game is by getting to the castle age. He is going to start advancing right about now, but here comes the knights. We're going to see a lot of villagers going down the drain. Plumed archers also coming out, and they're a great castle age unit due to their excellent bulk and the fact that they can actually do some raiding.
Rip, apparently the stream died.
We're done, yeah.
Pause?
It's back on.
Oh, it's back? Okay.
No.
Oh, it's back?
Keep going.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, okay.
False alarm.
Yeah, no problem. The stream's chat's like, Rip, oh my god,
I'll tell them to F5
Yeah, just refresh, guys. It's all good. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because if you can't see the stream, you're not going to hear me saying it. But okay. Anyway, ACCM, he's on the way up to the castle edge, but he's stalling for time. Those palisades, as Rez quite rightly said, don't stand a chance in the face of those knights and crossbows. So ACCM here, having to garrison inside of his TC, his economy grinding to a halt as all of his villages are redistributed, but BacT is coming, BacT here to the rescue. He's got BotKinero researched, but matched is MbL, sorry. He's already got +2 defense on those knights. And oh my god, there's a hole.
Please. In 3, 2, 1, pause.
Oh.
Yeah? Is the stream completely down?
People are still complaining.
It looks completely down still.
I'm gonna F5 the page and see if I can see it.
What's happening? Oh no, it looks like we're up. Oh no, it's still bugged out. Try.
Yeah, it's bugged. I can't tell.
Try restarting the stream again, Nilly. See, I think this is a Twitch issue as well.
Yeah, if it's also affecting Niltfair, then yeah. This happened to me before one time when I was streaming during the LCS and like the NA servers were just on fire. Okay, we're definitely back, so can confirm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's wait like 20 seconds till everyone can get back. We can show you what you guys missed. Oops.
Yeah, you can just give us a synopsis so far.
Yeah. So it is MbL going for full stable attack. You know, HRTC 2. Defense upgrades already researched, 2 stables out, going for full aggression, and ACCM, yeah, he's not looking too great. 70% feudal age, lost some villagers at the front here. Slam is going for full aggression, and BacT came over with some plume dodges, but poor positioning means he can't take a good fight here. And if you're ready, we can continue to see how it goes.
Yeah. What time are you at, just to double check?
22:49.
Okay, I'm at 52, so you start and then I'll catch up.
Wow, we're all within 3 seconds of each other. That's pretty good.
Okay,
that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's go ahead and apologize for everybody watching the stream. We had a drop, unprecedented, unbelievable. I cannot believe that just happened. I know what's going on,
that's
but
so weird.
Given how this weekend has been fraught with drops and such, I don't know. We'll get to the bottom of this. We'll figure it out.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it looks like McKay thought that the Franks would be picked for castle drops, but it looks like they were picked for internet drops. But we are back into the game. These knights applying a lot of pressure on the front side, backed up by, of course, these Slam crossbowmen. So one of the downsides of plumed archers is that it's much easier to mass up crossbowmen than it is. Plumed archers get to build a castle first, takes forever, and they can only produce it from one building at a time. So that's why Slam's kind of pulling ahead a little bit in military count. Also, that combination with knights is devastating. Plumed archers don't really have enough of attack to break through that. Even with BotKinero, you need a very large amount of them. And MbL actually making the Franks look good. He's got +2 defense, which is exactly what you need to do to hold the line here. He's got the free 20% extra HP. And ACCM in so much trouble. He's finally hit the castle age, but he's going to need the jaws of life to save him.
ACCM is getting swamped here by MbL and Slam. They've come in to drain that swamp, and ACCM here with the crossbow upgrade coming in. But yeah, those Frank Knights with +2 defense already versus ACCM's fletching. He's only just finished Bodkin, but it's too late. His army is gone, and ACCM really on his last legs. He needs his teammate BacT, but BacT is nowhere in sight because he is on the other side of the map, looking for a counterattack onto MbL, and that's just not going to be successful. So ACCM, well, everything is just, I mean, this is just terrible. This is so bad.
So, what do you do in a situation like this when you're this dead, besides resigning? If there's money on the line, you can't resign, so we're going to cross that off the list. Your options include, 1, somehow get enough wood to build a defensive mangonel. He is in absolutely no position to do that. He should actually probably redistribute his economy a little bit. Thankfully, he has a town center at the back of his base, so all is not lost for ACCM. Alternatively, if you happen to somehow be able to get the stone for it, a defensive castle will keep you in the game, almost guaranteed until the Imperial Age. ACCM, actually, though, catching a lucky break. Not only did he have a town center at the back, but it looks like his aggressors have left the base and they've turned their attention towards BacT, who might be getting a little uppity. So we'll have to see how they defend against this.
Yeah, BacT has stone walls up though, but let's be honest, his TC on the south is actually very exposed from behind that wood line, and Slam is coming in there directly with the crossbows. As if BacT already seemed to know that. He already moved his villagers off of the gold and actually moved them to the wood line at the back, so preemptively saving his villagers from Slam's crossbow there. But yeah, I mean, map control way in favor of MbL and Slam right now, and they're going to take full advantage of that, I feel. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them starts moving towards the center soon, or we see some kind of a castle drop from the Franks on that hill in the middle, especially as the Franks, you get those cheaper castles, as we mentioned earlier, and I do expect that castle drop in the center of the map here. I don't think the BacT can do much with his plumed archers. You know, he's up against MbL with +2 bloodlines, well, Franks, so technically it's not bloodlines, but it is bloodlines for now, and +1 attack, and those plumed archers are just going to get screwed if they get caught out in the open and actually engage here. So, yeah, I think that ACCM and BacT are really in a tough spot. ACCM is going to have to boom his heart out and really have a good next 5-10 minutes, otherwise it's over.
So I can't help but feel that the Britons plus Mayans are a much better civ combination when you're playing from behind, and then the Franks plus Mayans are much better when you're ahead, because the Franks really don't offer that much when you don't actually have map control, because their crossbowmen are not great, and when your knights are outnumbered, it's not excellent either. So they certainly have a chance, especially because ACCM with his discounted town centers, he might have been almost dead, but if there's any civ that can build back, it's the Britons. He actually has a third town center now, so all BacT needs to do is somehow stall. But we are playing on Gold Rush, and this is crucial. While normally this would be more successful on a map like Arabia, with all this map control being forfeited while ACCM builds back up, we are giving the middle of the map to our friend MbL, and he needs money. He needs gold for more knights. He has so many of them, and with all of those knights, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge mass of knights, and that's going to be so difficult for two archer civs to deal with. I mean, the whole idea is really that the archer civs should be fielding this big mass of units, and then the knights aren't a problem. But that's not the case for BacT and ACCM right now. It's Slam with a big mass of crossbows and MbL with a big mass of knights, but really ACCM doesn't have much at all thanks to all that early raiding, and BacT, he doesn't have that many plumed archers. That second castle is on the way up, and that should really supplement his plumed archer production. But I am very worried for these guys now as we see a castle coming up in the center of the map, a town center from MbL, and no doubt another castle from MbL in just a moment as well, as he will have the stone for that in a short while. He's got like 6 villagers taking stone right now.
So a couple saving graces here. ACCM somehow miraculously back up to 60 population, so he, as a very good player, recognizes that when you're this far behind, the thing you should focus on primarily is getting your economy back on track, rather than investing all your money in a military that's just inevitably going to be smaller and not going to be able to compete. ACCM building his eco back up, and BacT, I believe, will be the first player to the Imperial Age by far off the back of that insanely strong Mayans economy and the fact he's able to stockpile food because the plumed archers don't cost any. This elite plumed archer upgrade might be the power spike they need to hold on, but they're both so far behind. Maybe he'll go for elite eagles, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be elite plumes.
Yeah, Slam is also on the way up to the Imperial Age now as well, so he's not too far behind either. Obviously, they're both playing the Mayans, but Slam really focusing on the crossbows here, whereas BacT is clearly focusing on the plumed archers. But yeah, this group of units on the left side, BacT and ACCM sticking together, they're going to look to try and do something, but there's no way they're going to push into that castle, not without any siege, and not uphill either, and certainly not if they intend to take the win. I mean, there's nothing stopping them pushing up the hill, but I didn't say it was a good idea. MbL coming down now the hill with his knights, and this army of crossbows and plumes is split in two. I think the plumes here are going to get absolutely butchered though. Same could be said for the crossbows, and BacT trying to build a castle out here, and yeah, he's just going to have to run away because MbL...
What are they doing?
So many knights.
What on earth are they doing? They have split their armies up, which is exactly what MbL wants. Knights prey on small numbers of ranged units, but they do fall when you reach that critical mass. So they denied themselves that critical mass. Not only that, they were fighting within range of Mayans crossmen on a hill. So BacT losing a lot of his plumed archers, and they can't afford to take these losses. You need that critical mass to deal with those knights, and oh my god, they're really far behind now. Even though ACCM's score is really low, his economy is actually pretty healthy, so he should be able to do something with that. But critically, they're giving their opponents complete control of the middle. And once you get control of the middle on Gold Rush, because it's a hill, it's so difficult to remove them.
Well, ACCM is still about 40 population behind, but bear in mind that he doesn't really have any army at all now. So, yeah, there was a big loss for him losing all those crossbows, and that was a terrible fight for them to take. It's like BacT ran one way and ACCM ran the other instead of fighting together, and I think that's the big mistake. Plumed Archers from BacT still not upgraded yet, and he's going for that castle again, and literally as he builds that castle, MbL moves in, and MbL's like, nah, mate, you're not building that castle. I'm gonna stop that right here. I've had enough. And that castle, it's not going to go up, is it? I mean, the Plumed Archers are doing a good job. They are elite now, and they do actually have +4 attack. So maybe, actually, with those upgrades coming in at just the right time, those knights won't be able to deny the castle, but Slam's crossbows will. And that's going to be a castle deny, and those elite Plumed Archers are going to go down now, just due to sheer numbers. They cannot fight, and that's got to be GG, surely. BacT and ACCM are going to call it right there. Look at the center of the map. Slam and MbL have 3 castles up here. We got mass Plumed Archers from Slam now coming out, and BacT and ACCM are just taking loss after loss after loss of units.
Surely that has to be GG. I find it very funny that MbL is actually putting out some outposts because he knows BacT is thirsty. He wants to build that castle there, and I understand the logic. That is actually an excellent spot to put that castle because on a hill, protects that stone mine, and it gives them a foothold that they need to start sieging the middle of the map with trebuchets. Unfortunately, though, BacT just doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have any support from ACCM. He tried to time it really nicely so that Slam wasn't actually there to support that, and as a result, he almost won the battle. But, of course, Slam did come in there, cleaned up all the villagers, cleaned up the Plume Archers, and now they're so far behind, it's going to take a miracle to save them. ACCM dropping University, he's looking for ballistics, but these guys are so far behind. At least MbL is not in the Imperial Age, and I'm worried if I switch to him, oh my god, he's actually pretty close.
Yeah, they're not pulling this one back. It's not going to happen, surely. The gold for BacT is about to run out. No, it's not actually. I tell a lie. He has got another one. But, okay, look at this. Slam on the hill here. Pushing this one back. And BacT, you know, he wants another castle. What does he get every time he tries to build a castle? He gets another, like, 10 dead villagers. BacT wants that castle right there. Every time he goes to build it, he loses so much. And he's done it again and again and again. And I just keep seeing more and more and more dead villagers. But BacT and ACCM don't want to give it up. But with MbL reaching the Imperial Age, building lots of staples in the center, and since he is the Franks, he'll be doing that Cavalier upgrade. I've got no doubt that MbL and Slam are going to take this victory, and it's all over here for MbL. Sorry, for BacT and ACCM. Still, I mean, there is some hope, I guess. I mean, they're going to at least give it one more go, but Slam is going to be catching up to BacT in upgrades very soon, and he has a lot more military production from 3 castles versus BacT's 2.
Yeah, ACC, like, okay, so basically, BacT just wants a castle on a hill at this point, but he just doesn't have the military to do it. And Gold Rush is the exact type of map that really, I guess, punishes this type of comeback style of play, because you're giving your opponent all that map control, all that gold, and you don't have enough gold within your own base to actually stage the comeback that you need. ACCM running so low on gold, they basically have one final push of them before they lose. But Jaws theme incoming, MbL in the Imperial Age, he's not messing around. Cavalier upgrade complete. There's a huge power spike for the Franks and any civilization in the Imperial Age with a lot of knights. And then as soon as Paladin comes out, this game is totally over. Actually, it's already almost totally over, but maybe.
It's already over.
It's already over.
Pulling GG right there.
It's over.
MbL was going to push out with those Cavalier and 144 HP, 6 Pierce armor. And he has more Cavalier than there are Plumed Archers. You've got Slam with like a small number, well, a lot of crossbows and plumes as well. So that was going to be a terrible fight for BacT right there as those guys moved out. And there you have it. MbL and Slam, your 3rd place victors. And they will take that 3rd place spot, win themselves an extra bit of cash. And it was a nice go at it by ACCM and BacT. But in the end, Slam and MbL taking the win.
And a very well-executed victory on their part, but this is a great series, too, where we saw so much great play from BacT and ACCM. Unfortunately, they do fall to the might of the Franks. What a great game.
Oh, I'm so sorry, chat. I've messed it up again. I'm so sorry. 4 seconds spoiler. I'm such a terrible person. I shouldn't be streaming. Oh, this is terrible. How can I do this to everyone? I know they're exaggerating. It's all good. I literally ruined the game, didn't I, Clayman? I'm so bad at this. Anyway, Nopford, give us your analysis of that one. I don't think there's a huge amount to say. It was just such a one-sided game.
Yeah, it absolutely was. ACCM didn't do any damage with his archer aggression, and then it basically was over when MbL went full knights against doomed archers and a guy who was very slow onto the castle age. We can see that here. 23 minutes, it's just way too late facing walls, and yeah, this 7-minute difference meant that ACCM needed to defend so much, lost so many villagers, and the game was absolutely over. Nice aggression by Slam and MbL there.
Yeah, and bad news for BacT and ACCM, considering that first game lost due to BacT's incompetence with his king. It was rather, I don't want to say incompetence, I should say neglect of his king. I mean, BacT isn't obviously an incompetent player, but you know what I mean. He left his king to die, and that cost them the game. So there you go, that was the third place match. But now, it is the moment you have all been waiting for. It is the grand final between the Viper and MbL. The Viper in Doubt, god damn it, versus Nikov and his teammate.
Let's take a very, very brief break and finals time.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, and Nopford, maybe you can figure out how to turn off your notifications on TeamSpeak.
Also that typing, though. All right, I'll be back in 30 to 60 seconds. Stay tuned, and if you guys have been enjoying this, don't forget to share it around.
Yeah, stick around, guys. We do have that grand final game coming up in just a moment. I think Nopford is probably fixing the scoreboard. Nopford, can we figure out how to fix? Can we figure out how to fix the sounds on TeamSpeak just to stop the whole microphone muted thing? Microphone activated.
Clack, 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 clack.
Someone just send me how to do it.